approach. So without taking much time, let me welcome Dr. Ram from SPT Limited, Singapore. He has got a huge experience. And welcome, Dr. Ram.
Thank you, Narendra ji. It is a very pleasure and honor to address this particular Global Leaders Conference in Sustainability and Award event. I have to thank Dr. Halima Sadia and the entire team who are coordinating this particular event from the land of Maldives. Also happy to connect through the virtual connections from my friends in different countries. I would like to share my slides and start to speak about the topic. Hope you all can see the slides. So the business sustainability for global empowerment, it is one among the important consideration as well as the features or factors, whatever it may be. Without business, there is no functional activities happen in and around the world. The United Nations framed 17 goal sets, but among the 17 goal sets, we have to consider how it would be possible to make it the global sustainability to achieve the maximum results. That's why we are gathering here. I am Dr. B. Ramanathan. I am the founder and managing director of ACE International Private Limited, Singapore. So it is my time to honor the speakers who have already made their speeches and shared the contents, which are very, very important to think and prosper well for our global transformation and personal transformation, social transformation, or community transformation, or the global transformation, whatever it could be. So without due delay, I would like to move on to the next. Our knowing and unknowing conditions. Whether you could see the slide change?
We are unable to see, Dr.
No,
Ram.
it's not there. Slide is not visible.
You don't see.
No.
I already started to share. Okay.
Yeah, stop and then I think maybe restart.
The full slides have some problem. Can you see the slide now?
Yes, yes.
Iceberg.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this is the title slide. Business sustainability for global empowerment, as I already introduced the theme. Our knowing and unknowing conditions as of now, like this iceberg submerged into the water level and exposed to the sky level. So we don't mention or measure the unforeseen kind of things, which are very much uncertain for the people who can understand the dimension or the conditions or situations, whatever it may be. So the visible things only we are handling, but the invisible things we have to focus well with a different kind of analysis, different kind of patterns or different kind of methodologies which are going to focus for the unforeseen threatening or unforeseen risk. The sustainable goals now, it is getting challenged by the industrial 4.0 revolution. We could see a lot of issues happening when the revolution is making its own change from industry 1.0 to 4.0. And we are yet to go for the industry 5.0, where the customers are primary. The customer-centric values are very important. So with all these consideration, the sustainability development goals must needed to reframed or reviewed very firmly. Without that kind of perseverance or the analysis or the patterns, it is very, very difficult for us to focus to sustain the global resources and global environment. Business sustainability is a powerful theme, but we have to bring together various kind of principles to formulate the sustainable development and making it inclusive for the growth perspectives, which are very, very essential to influence and making the responsibility of each and every business. It is comprised with three major things: the community of people, uh, the planet needed to be saved and protected for the future generations, and the profit, because the profitable industries are exploiting the resources of the nature and deviating the environmental sustainability. So we have to put our hands together how to make it possible to transform the able and capable society which are protecting the planet as such. Triple bottom line: the planet, people, and the profit. We have to move from the greed is good to do is good, or do well is the good thing. So the planet is the high priority to ensure the resources or engage the activities which are protecting the environmental resources and making the people to understand and commit to protect the social environmental ecosystem and social economic ecosystem. Government should make the compliance regulations or saturations, whatever it may be, but it should not deviate from the goal sets to achieve. And the companies who are making the profit and exploiting the resources. Now, Singapore, they are practicing the sustainable development goals, carbon emissions, carbon bonding, carbon footprinting, everything they are considering, and they are focusing very well for the future generation to live and lead better in this sustainable environment. Sustainable business practices, it is the need of the hours. We have to focus the ethical sourcing and the supply chains, which are very, very important to mitigate all these challenges. Renewable energy adoption, solar energy, tidal energy, wind energy, and so on. It is making its own merit to use the renewable energy source. Waste reduction, that is the ultimate goal sets we have to focus well for making the circular economy models to prove its effect. Climate resilience operations are making the sense to go global. Adopting a sustainable business practice are very, very essential. So from the business schools to the environment in the real time, we have to focus well for how to embrace the opportunity for the goal sets to achieve in sustainability business models. How to empower through inclusion? We have to provide the consideration in the holistic way, fair wages, making the diversity and equity in the society, empowering the women, youth, and marginalized groups through employment and leadership opportunity. These are all the common features that enable and sustainable to inclusive business for reducing the inequalities and achieve the sustainability goals in the better way. Collaboration and partnership, like myself and Dr. Halima, getting collaborated for various time and many years of these particular events and other way. So we are supporting each other for this collaboration. It is making the success for everyone. This global impact for collaboration is very essential. Partnerships with the government agency, private agency, community level, or institutional level, or industrial level. We have to foresee the outcome and we have to share the benefits for each and everyone. It is mutually support the win-win category of the people. So collaboration and partnership for the sustainable impact is making the collective influence, making the transformation for the resource sharing, shared values and missions to happen for the betterments and achieve the goal sets. These are all the top 10 best practices for sustainable innovation. Without innovation, we could not transform anything in the world. So the green energy source and other innovative products or materials keeping on growing, and we have to focus well for our goal sets to make it clear and achieving the culture for innovation, which are very much important for the school level to the real ground. embrace the circular economy principles to teach and train for each and everyone who are involving for various kind of stakeholders or vendors or any government statutory bodies. Thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity. I don't want to take much of the time because I wish to hear from you all. Thank you so much. Over to
So much.
Narendra.
Let's have a big round of applause for Dr. Ram.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ram, for sharing, in such, we call it Gagar mein Sagar. It means in few statements you have put in, so much wisdom. Thank you so much. So,
Yeah, you
so
are
there is a
welcome.
shift, from people, profit, planet. Now the priority is planet, people, and then profit. Thank you so
Yes.
much for this shift. So,
Thank you.
such wisdom gives us little bit shift. And awareness is the key. See, all these
Definitely.
programs are creating awareness within ourselves that we take care of the planet, the people, and we owe it to our next generations. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Thank
So
you. Thank you all.
now, welcome Mr. Nara Subramaniam from Malaysia. He is one of the, very senior, a person with a lot of wisdom, experience of life. And welcome, sir.
Thank you, Narendra ji. Thank you very much. Think of this for a second. We have had the 17 SDGs and the 169 targets since 2015. The SDGs are believed to have been conceptualized in 1972, and they took almost 43 years to gain the momentum before receiving the majority acceptance. Finally, the intention is to end poverty and inequality. So imagine this long gestation period. It really says a lot about leadership. These SDGs are actually a shared blueprint for progress. Now imagine trying to reach those goals without continuity of leadership, no vision, no momentum, no future. Good day, everyone. My name is Nara Subramaniam, and I am the CEO of Resolve Asia. It's truly a privilege to be among leaders who care deeply about the building of a sustainable future. Today, I'm speaking on something I've lived and managed for almost 5 decades, succession planning. It's not just an HR issue, but a global sustainability imperative. Succession planning is the silent engine behind every long-term mission. Without it, sustainability just fails. So why does this matter? Succession isn't about titles like what we heard earlier. It's about continuity, it's about culture, and it's about commitment. When leadership breaks down, all the ESG priorities will stall. All the organizational memory is lost. And also, trust will erode. That really hits right at the heart of all the SDGs, especially SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. If we achieve SDG 8, I truly believe we would have solved many of the critical issues that are relating to poverty and inequality. It talks about productivity, it talks about growth percentage, it talks about minimum wage, minimum capita income. So why are we having such problems? Without future-focused leaders, how can we ensure equity, dignity, or sustainable livelihoods? And would you believe here is the shocker? There are only 35% of the organizations globally, they have formal succession plans. That's a huge readiness gap. Sustainability really rests on 3 pillars: economic strength, social equality, and environmental responsibility. So poor succession planning disrupts all 3 of them. We have seen it, right? Climate goals abandoned after the effective leadership exits. Inclusive practices are reversed. SMEs and public bodies are especially vulnerable. Many still rely on informal handovers. We have seen all the impact to the entire world when there was a dramatic change in leadership in our most developed nation in the world. This change in leadership created a turmoil to every country on earth, practically maybe impacted every living human being, just within 90 days. So we have to move from reactive replacements to strategic, value-driven talent pipelines, which are aligned with sustainability. So succession as a sustainability lever. So what does effective succession look like? We all talk about succession planning. It's about preparing future-ready and ESG-literate leaders. We heard that also just now about ESG so much. That means identifying mission-critical roles. We need to develop talent with the right values. They need to be embedded with sustainability into leadership training. And we need to avoid short-term leadership cycles, which happens very often in many organizations. And we also have to avoid future leadership changes which derail long-term SDG strategies and commitments. We need to avoid fragmented implementation because there's just too much of weak governance all over the world. Weak governance means limited integration and accountability. We need to have stamina. We need to have good ethics. We also have to fund the proper projects in the world. There's too much of short in funding, and there are many nations and sectors which lack the financial and human resource. So look at organizations. We know people like Unilever, IKEA, Patagonia. Not only these few, but there are hundreds and thousands. They've institutionalized and baked in ESG into their leadership continuity on a daily basis. Their resilience speaks volume. And let's not forget, millennials, the Gen Zs, and the new gens are all stepping up. They are demanding purpose from us, not just profit. We owe them systems that support that vision. So when we neglect effective leadership, we see a strategic drift, we see a reputational fallout, we see a loss of climate, equity gains. So succession planning isn't optional, it's risk management for sustainability. So what should we do? We need to elevate succession to the senior most board level strategies, highest level of government, build diverse, inclusive leadership paths, and collaborate across sectors to set standards. We have to think beyond our tenures because leadership is our greatest renewable resource. So if we want a sustainable world, each and every one of us, we have to invest in sustainable leadership. And it isn't about who comes next, it's about whether our missions can survive the next transition. So to secure SDG and beyond, I say let's start with who leads the people now. We need to put the right leaders in the right places. And we also need to prepare who should be our next leader. So thank you so much for your time, your voice, and your vision. Together, we can truly cultivate a greener and more resilient future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nara sir. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for Mr. Nara. So much clarity, sir. So much insightful. The succession, even people may not be aware. In many organizations, that is how it happens. So thank you so much for, opening the eyes and sharing your wisdom. Thank you so much, sir. So all the speakers, all the distinguished speaker in this online sessions are highly experienced, with full of experience and wisdom. So next, I would request Mohammad Anwarul Haq, SDG 11, Public-Private Partnership. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Narendra. Secondly, I would like to thank Dr. Halima Sadia for the first of all, she has created this great event. So the point is, moreover, I will be appreciating the management, whoever this team management, moderators, right from the morning, they are still busy in imparting all these information to all the audience all across the globe. Now, Mr. Narendra, you will display, or I should be displaying from my own side my PowerPoint?
You may share at your own.
Okay, just 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute, so I will be.
Yeah, please.
You are the co-host, you can share.
Now, I think everyone can see, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Please.
Okay, now I'll be starting thank you very much for this thing. Like I have been given this opportunity. My topic for today is public-private partnerships for urban sustainability. Before I start, I would like to mention that I spent my time for almost, I started, in fact, my career as educationist in Maldives in 1999 to 2006. There, Alhamdulillah, I was having great opportunity to meet with great people. And if you see in my first slide, I was having this honor to meet with the president of Maldives at that time, His Excellency Mamoon Abdul Qayyum. So this is first thing which bring lot of energy for me whenever I speak to anyone. Coming back to the topic, which is a public-private partnership for the urban sustainability, we should know what exactly is this. Now, sustainability in the urban planning is crucial because it ensures that cities can make needs of current residents without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. Like, for example, whenever we are using the resources, we have to keep in mind that what will come, what we are leaving for the next upcoming people or upcoming generation. If we move next, now, what is the benefit of sustainability? Like before I start with this thing, we must remember whenever we are talking about public-private sector collaboration, there are pros and cons. We have to keep these pros and cons in totality. So what are the benefits of sustainability if, public-private partnerships we are going for? First of all, it has environmental protection because all the parties from public as well as from the government, they are actually taking care. So everyone is responsible. It has economic benefits, it has social well-being, efficient urban growth because it is well monitored, and global responsibility. Once government sector is involved, so obviously they have to take global perspective into consideration. Now, why PPPs, public-private partnerships, matter for urban sustainability? Now, this is very important if for all of us to know, like leveraging resources. So once we are talking about, so first of all, whenever we go for urban sustainability, what we have to focus, like what exactly the resources are available and how effectively these resources we can manage. Secondly, accelerating innovation. So it will bring innovation into into action. Like different ideas will be floated from the governmental and as well as from the public sector. So in this way, new ideas will float and they will bring something new. Moreover, once we are talking about public and private partnership, so risk sharing, this is the major concern of any private company or private entity, like how they are going to manage with the risk. So once the government entity is involved, so in this way, the risk is shared, so they are more willing to come up with new idea, and they are not very much afraid of trying something which is innovative. Improved service delivery you will be having, like this is well thought, like there will be improved service delivery and long-term sustainability goal. For example, when the public and private sector, they are collaborated together, it will bring like, for long-term sustainability goals. How come? Like, first of all, they will be having one project. Once they will finish, then they will know what are the delimitation in that process and what are the basic problem in this process. So once they will start another project, so in this way they can overcome those hurdles and they can make the progress or the project for the future more reliable. The examples of PPPs for urban sustainability, there are a lot of examples. Like I have seen online session, and before that also a lot of speakers, as distinguished speakers, they were talking about one Miss I think one Miss, I can't remember her name. She was like a CEO for global in Dubai for buildings, like renting out buildings and all. So she was talking about green infrastructure. So now this is very important now. Nowadays, we are working on green infrastructures, public transit, affordable housing, waste to the energy. Once we are talking about waste to the energy, now the trash is a gold actually. Like I have given the example in Lahore, in Pakistan, they have turned the trash into, they have transformed into a green kind of area. Like the whole millions of tons of trash is converted into energy. And if you go and see, almost like 5 or 6 years ago, you cannot stay in that area. Mountains of trash was there, and within 4 or 5 months, they have dumped this thing and they have converted into, recycling process. And you can see now a lot of greenery, and they are using that trash into generating energy and other stuff. More importantly, like smart cities, a suggestion from all these. Now, smart city idea is very, very new idea. Like once I entered into Dubai in 2009, I was having an opportunity to visit Masdar city, which is in Abu Dhabi. I used to, and it is a sustainable, it was a sustainable city. I used to wonder how they are going to work with this. It is a big project and it is a big success. So similarly, once the smart city goal, it comes to Maldives, they can easily implement, because I have been into that area. They can select one island where they can generate something innovative, which is actually will give them the, in one island, they can convert into like a smart city, where all the things like electricity, all traffics and all, they can easily manage, isn't it? And moreover, they can make the boundary walls, and they can make a kind of pilot project on one island, how they can use the sustainability in that island. If it is successful, they can template this thing for the other places also. So I have a couple of suggestions for this. If someone in audience is there from the governmental side, so I have the expertise. I can help in this regard, and I will be most, appreciated if they can contact me in this regard. Now, the next is challenges to consider. Now, this is one of the most important thing. What are the challenges that it comes to sustainability, like urban-private partnership? It is equity and access. It should not be only and only limited for those people who are generally, who can afford it. It should be for everyone. I mean, equal opportunity for everyone. Moreover, there should be the transparency in the procedures. Like, a basic problem in PPPs is the corruption. So if there is more transparency, there will be more success. The last one, which is regulatory oversight, there should be some kind of management on top of this, which is actually evaluating the processes. And in this way, if the regulatory oversight is there, so public-private partnership, it will be one of the most important thing for any kind of entity. Now, this thing already we have discussed. So reflection of the session, like you can just scan the QR code and you can give the suggestion, whatever you want to. And moreover, from this slide, I will be ending my session and I will hand over the forum to Mr. Narendra again. Thank you very much for your, giving some kind of attention to my thoughts. Thank you, Ms.
Thank you so much, Mohammad Anwarul Ji. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing your perspective. And it is really very, very important, SDG 11, the PPP, which you have mentioned. So, and that is going to play a very important role, in fact, in the implementation of SDGs. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. So once again, a big round of applause for Mr. Anwarul Haq. Thank you so much. So next speaker is Dr. Anjum Qureshi, and she comes from the engineering college technical background, and the topic is very interesting: the blockchain and AI for the sustainable business model. Welcome, Dr. Anjum.
Thank you very much. Great, everyone. I'm Dr. Anjum Qureshi from India, and the topic today is AI and blockchain to revolutionize sustainable education. because we know that education is not just a necessity, but a human right, and everyone has a right to acquire education. So in the last few years, educators and the researchers across the globe have realized the importance of quality education. Moreover, to attain this goal of quality education, it is essential to discuss making education affordable, accessible, and sustainable. So if you talk about sustainable education, it has two terms, sustainability and education. So sustainability is a concept that intends to improve the quality of life by balancing economy, environment, and community. On the other hand, education refers to gaining and sharing knowledge and skills, cultivating power of reasoning, and preparing humans for a better life. Sustainability in education, if you see, it is gaining importance due to the increased need to fulfill the challenges of preparing students to preserve the environment. The students are expected to understand the environmental issues and at the same time think critically to find solutions. If we talk about sustainable education, of course, there are some challenges. So one of the key challenges in making education sustainable is the lack of awareness among the educators and students, because most of them have very less information on sustainability and education and their interconnection. The lack of resources, funds, support to make education sustainable. Though it is discussed widely, but still many organizations who are providing informative roadmap, there is a lack of sufficient partnership among organizations, educators, industries, and the decision makers who are working for the similar cause. Sustainability has not been accepted or included in most existing subjects and courses, and the students are less informed. There is also a lack of training for the teachers on sustainability. So we need well-informed teachers who can sensitize students on sustainability and contribute to making education sustainable. Of course, when we talk about the present era, digital technologies are emerging as powerful tools for achieving the goal of quality education for all. Moreover, these technologies have contributed to personalized learning concepts that will help the learners to learn at their own pace and continue their daily routine. So some of the technologies that are being extensively used in education are the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and virtual reality. Well, here I will be discussing about the role of blockchain and AI in making education sustainable. Though there is a lack of technical knowledge and support that are becoming challenging, that being challenges to adopt blockchain, it will support this blockchain will support an accessible and trustworthy education system. Some more challenges that should be addressed are interoperability issues, the high investment, data privacy, and security. Well, addressing these challenges is the key step to effective utilization of blockchain. Well, if we talk about how blockchain will foster sustainable education, so first one is it will ensure transparency of transactions and data to facilitate tracking of sustainability of educational resources. It will provide verifiable and secure certification for sustainable education products, services, and training. It will help track the production and consumption of educational materials. Organizations and institutions will use traceability to determine the sustainability of their resources. It will improve the supply chain management in the education sector. Blockchain-based tracking system will monitor the sustainability of educational resources. It will use smart contracts through which it will facilitate the automation of sustainable supply chain and will promote sustainable practices by reducing waste and also emissions. Then it allows decentralization of decision making for the educational resources, funding, and the investment, through which it will again ensure sustainability. Then the increase in speed of transactions and data and the lesser requirements of the intermediaries will again improve the efficiency of sustainable practices. The secure and transparent record of transactions and data will promote better data management in education, and the data-driven decisions will ensure better transparency and security. Then AI, yes, it is a very buzzing term that is being used, because when we talk about technology, the first term that comes into our mind is artificial intelligence. So the professionals have actually predicted that AI will emerge as a game changer in education and learning. So if we talk about AI, personalized learning, virtual classroom, are some innovative are offering innovative solutions to achieve equitable education. Personalized learning, it will allow self-paced study and customized courses designed to provide additional support and adaptability for everyone to learn based on their perception and interest. And this virtual learning system will be a boon for those who want to continue learning. So when we talk about SDG 4, that is quality education, when we want to make education accessible and affordable, so here is how this AI and the personalized learning platform or the online learning platform that we are having, it is going to help the educators. So it is emerging as an effective method to continue learning for those who believe in upskilling themselves and upgrading their knowledge. So accessibility tools will provide equal access to the educational content for the learners according to their learning style. And moreover, it is not only beneficial for the students, but for the teachers as well. Because the students can learn at their own pace, they can solve tests and assignments and use intermediate feedback to understand the areas that need more attention. And at the same time, the teachers can use the feedback to identify slow learners, identify students' interests, and design a student-centric curriculum. So the educational institutions can use AI to monitor the environment, adopt eco-friendly or environmental friendly practices, and reduce emissions and the carbon footprint. So moreover, this AI-based educational software are inclusive and accessible, and it treats each learner equally. Of course, though AI will make education sustainable, again, there are some challenges like lack of experienced professionals, awareness, reluctance to embrace technologies, the high initial cost that we are having, data privacy and security. So the professionals working in this area should try to design education material that will be able to overcome these challenges and develop trust among the users. So this short presentation or this short paper has actually tried to identify the role of AI and blockchain in making education sustainable. So these technologies will fulfill the targets of SDG 4 of providing quality education and to make education accessible and affordable to all. However, the digital divide and the lack of good network connections will need more attention so that many more people can afford to buy mobiles and laptops to access AI-based educational software. So AI has transformed the education scenario, but still we need more of research to eliminate the challenges and generate opportunities for sustainable education. So these are some of the references that I have used for making my paper, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Anjum. Thank you so much. Amazing. So thanks for sharing your valuable inputs on sustainability. That is how the blockchain and the AI can speed up and make it faster in training the people, in making them aware and in implementing that. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom. So once again, we can give a big round of applause to Dr. Anjum. Thank you so much. So now, towards the end of this session, we have Silvana Mariel Mons, and she is going to tell us about being sustainable, the best decision to make. Please.
Hi,
welcome.
everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon for everyone. Good morning for me from Argentina. It's a pleasure to meet you all there. And thank you, Dr. Halima and EduFam team for the invitation. I'm so honored to be with you. This was a journey, a long journey about sustainability, and all the areas were covered. So today I'm going to talk about being sustainable as human beings, the best decision to be successful and build the future. And I'm going to start with simple but crucial questions that are, we need to be sustainable or we need to be successful? And this is the millionaire question, because we don't know exactly if they are together, if we have to choose one, or what are the difference, if there is any difference between these concepts. And I find them crucial for our life and for being impactful in our society, in our future, in our next generation, in our world, and beginning with our own life. So we be educated for being sustainable. We have all been educated for being a good and a successful woman, a successful man, a successful entrepreneur, businesswoman, whatever, yes? But sometimes this has provoked us a lack of sustainability. It was the price and is the price that we need to pay to be successful. So what is the sustainability definition in relation with the success? For me, is almost the same, because if I'm not sustainable, probably I could be success, but with a high cost, with a high price. I'm not there with you now because I'm working on my sustainability with a little health issue. But if I'm not sustainable, everything in my life could be just short, could be just unsuccess, or could be no balance. Yes, this is the right way to reflect and to ask ourselves, are we sustainable? Yes, and it's crucial also to encourage the next generations and the kids from now to work on their sustainability furthermore than they are successful. Yes, go ahead. So for me, everything starts with our self-love. Yes, that is not the ego. The ego is the response to the demands of the society, of the mandates, of our own beliefs. So in the sustainability process, you can go ahead with the next slide. We are the kickoff and we are the what for. Yes, and in the middle of it, I create this acrostic that we need to be unique. We need to unique in our purpose and our mission. We need to take the sustainability not as a fashion, as an in fashion word, but as a fashion to use and to live daily. And for this, we need to take some technologies and the right attitude and intention, not just intention, but the commitment to be sustainable. And I say that to be sustainable is everything that is in a natural order. Yes, is to keep the balance and to have this ability to be integrated and to leave a legacy that can impact not just in ourselves, but in the system, in the life of others, and in the future, but starting from today. So we are the kickoff and we are the what for and the end of this process. Why? Because this is a call to action. This is a call to action to decide if we want to be sustainable with a high cost. When we are successful, you can move forward, Nada. If we want to be successfully sustainable, sustainably successful, or sustainable and successful. Yes? And this has a decision behind. So we need to encourage our next generation to be the best version, sustainable version they can be. Because if they are sustainable, they probably and surely will be successful. It doesn't matter in which area. I say that in which profession I say, no, or in which career. I say that is to be successful in a comprehensive sense. So today we have been talking about the sustainability in a comprehensive sense also. So I'm not going to touch this. I'm just give a call to action to reflect in ourselves, move forward. We are systems. So we impact in the full system that we are in our lives. The world is a complex system. Yes, so we need to start by ourselves. It's just this, it's just a call to action, it's just to decide and to think, am I sustainable today? I'm focused on my success or on my sustainability life? What are work actions I'm taking today to be sustainable in the future? If not, what could happen to me, to my society, to the world? Nobody can be sustainable in a sustainable world. So we need to help to contribute to build the best future we want, we need, and we deserve. Because to be sustainable is a right, is a deserve. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, because it was an amazing event. It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Silvana. Thank you so much. So beautiful presentation. I will just recap. You spoke about you want to be, successful or you want to be sustainable. And between that, you have given you and self-love. And you and then systematic, then impact, then legacy, then integrity, then balance, then ability, then natural order, intention, attitude, technology, then sign, then unique, and then self-love. So such a beautifully you have curated. Thank you so much. It really impacts. So all the speakers in this panel have been so wise, so intelligent,
There is
so much
one more,
experienced.
one more video is there. I will
Yeah.
finish it with that.
Yeah,
Dr. Mohammed
Thank you so
Mumtaz. Yeah.
So
One more person.
okay.
Professor Mohammed Mumtaz Ali.
All right. So let's have a big round of applause
Thank you.
for the madam. Thank you so much. Now we have the last speaker for this session. Professor is there?
I will put his video. He is
Okay.
not here.
All right.
Professor Mohammed Mumtaz Ali.
So it is Professor Dr. Mohammed Mumtaz Ali. He's on sustainability and SDG. So he's the professor at International Islamic University, Malaysia. Please, sir, put his presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
Share the sound also. No sound.
The sound, Dr. Rao?
No sound? Wait,
No
wait,
sound.
wait.
Yeah.
There, the audio sharing is done.
Share with sound, yes.
1 minute. Now can hear?
No.
Maybe increase the volume.
Actually, Mr. Ram, once you are sharing, in sharing there is one option of sound. Enable the sound there.
Enable sound.
Yeah, so there if you will do only then it will come.
You may play it first and see that it is sound is there in the video,
Yes.
and then you share. Enable video. Dr. Ram is expert of online sessions.
Not getting the sound.
No, Dr. Ram, are you able to listen the audio properly without sharing?
Yes.
Yeah, he can hear, but once he is sharing, in sharing, once you click the share, yes?
Yeah.
Then on top of the right side, on
Yeah,
top of
that
it, there
enables.
is one option. You click that option, only the sound will be listened.
Shall I try?
You are not hearing this?
No.
No, as usual, only I am sharing.
In the
Otherwise,
YouTube
Nara,
somewhere,
please.
there could be something in YouTube also.
Mr. Nara, you can do it. Or
Yeah,
otherwise, let
Nara,
me
please
try.
try from your side.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can go from the first initial one. Yeah. And full screen.
Dr. Abdul Sattar,
Yeah.
founder
Yeah.
and executive director,
Absolutely fine.
Indore, Maldives, who was the chief guest of our inaugural session today. My moderator, Mr. Narendra Singh, dear participants, distinguished panelists, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. The topic of my presentation today is Sustainable Development Goals, IIUM Experience. International Islamic University Malaysia focus since 2018 to 2024 because our former rector, Professor Emeritus Dr. Zulkifli Abdurrazzaq focus on Sustainable Development Goals as the mission of International Islamic University. He introduced a course on sustainable development which was taught to all the undergraduate students of our university. He directed all research conducted in our university towards sustainable development goals. Several national and international conferences were held on sustainable development in our campus as well as outside campus in Malaysia. A few books were also published by International Islamic University Malaysia on sustainable development, authored by the academic staff of the university, such as look at the title Spirituality and Sustainability, Sustainable Development Goal 18, Spirituality, Values and Culture for Humanizing Sustainable Development, a Future Worldview. Earlier to this publication, another rector of our university, Kamal Hassan, diverted the attention of the scholars towards the global disease of corruption, especially in politics, with the publication of his book entitled Corruption and Hypocrisy in Politics. And this global disease has affected each and every society and country. Some other publications also include such as Islamic Finance and Sustainable Development, edited by my colleague Dr. Khaliq Ahmad and Abdulaziz Barguk. In line with the philosophy of International Islamic University, we accepted the reality of spirituality and emphasized on both spirituality and moral excellence. We argue that the modern secular worldview emphasized on human rights and material achievement. Against this background, the framework of spirituality emphasizes on responsibility and accountability of human being to both to society as well as to their creator. There are several statistics which are available which demonstrate that all the resources at the hands of the governments are not fully utilized for the well-being of people. Rather, they are used for their personal interest. Hence, it is very important, if we are committed to sustainable development, to emphasize on the rational and scientific understanding of the need of spirituality and the importance of moral excellence. These are the aspects, in fact, which are considered prerequisites for the actualization of the Sustainable Developmental Goals. We can discuss more on the meaning, place, and significance of spirituality and moral excellence. But due to the lack of time, I would like to conclude by saying that we all aspire for sustainable development goals, which guarantee the well-being of entire humanity all over the globe. We all are committed for making sustainable development goal as reality in our societies and countries. But how to make them happen and turn into a reality is a big question in front of all of us. We need to discuss that, how to achieve the implementation of these noble goals which have been identified by almost all nations and nationalities under the patronage of United Nations Organization. We have to turn these goals into a living reality. I am really thankful to Dr. Halima Sadia and her team who invited me to share my humble views with this short time. Thank you very much once.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Mohammad Mumtaz Ali, for sharing your valuable insights and the philosophy of your university and the points you have put in. So, towards the conclusion of this session of the Global Leadership Conference on Sustainability 2025, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the prominent speakers. Mr. Nara, thank you so much for your thought-provoking perspective and expertise. Dr. Ram, your contribution to discussions were invaluable, and we really appreciate. Dr. Anjum, your insights on AI and blockchains were really thought-provoking. And Mr. Anwarul Haq ji, thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights. And Ms. Silvan, thank you so much for giving so simple version. And of course, the Professor Dr. Mohammad Mumtaz Ali ji, once again, thank you so much. And I would like to express my gratitude and thanks to Dr. Halima and to all her organizing team for putting this conference in Male and making the people aware, making this region aware. Rather, people from so many countries are participating. Thank you so much. It has been so wonderful, and I want to express my gratitude to all the sponsors, those who have helped to make this program happen. Thank you so much. So from this session, I hand over to Dr. Halima. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Narendra Singh ji. Thank you. It was fantastic session. And I was mentioning to some of my friends that this session has gone very, very well. It was systematically planned, executed within time. Nobody has exceeded the time. That was the best part of this. Congratulations to the online sessions, especially to Dr. Ram, Mr. Nara, and Mr. Narendra Singh ji. Congratulations, and all the participants. You were awesome while speaking. Anjum Qureshi, Silvana, my friend, and Mr. Anwar, all of you have done a great job. We are proud of you, and don't think that this is the end. We have a gala function. In that, you all have to be there, but there is a break for 2 hours. We will be assembling again at 7 o'clock. If you have time and it is not too late in Singapore and Malaysia, then you are most welcome. You can join. The virtual awardees names will be announced here, and their awards will be shown on the screen. And their awards will be delivered to them later. And in person, people will receive their awards